You are watching T to the M to the IDD.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? T to the M to the IDD. We are back with another video, and today I wanted to let everybody know 5 reasons everybody, and I mean everybody, should have one of these in their camera bag. Okay, you absolutely should have one of these in your camera bag, and it doesn't have to be a Godox V1, but as long as you have a Speedlite, this comes in handy, and I'm going to tell you why everybody should have one of these. Okay, now the first reason is if you are working in a small place. A lot of the times when you show up to an event or you show up to a photo shoot, it may not be the biggest space. So you have to work what area you have. And with the equipment, a lot of times we like to use soft boxes, we like to use light stands, but you cannot use it in certain spaces. And so a Speedlite is a great choice when you are restricted to the amount of space you have in terms of setup. It also allows you to be mobile in that smaller space and also be able to combine that with a certain lens selection where you might have to be a little wider if you're in a smaller space and may not be able to go to that 85 millimeter like you would have liked to. So a Speedlite is great to utilize in smaller spaces. I had an example of this in a hotel room. It was really tight, and the Speedlite came in handy. The next one is if you're in a restricted area. So if you're in a restricted area, it's a lot of things that can go wrong. And when I say restricted, I'm talking in terms of a location not allowing flash. Okay, when I was in Houston, there was a place called Post Houston where we did a photo shoot and everything was fine. However, when you wanted to use flash, you couldn't use off-camera flash, couldn't set up the light stands, you couldn't set up the soft boxes. So when I used my on-camera flash, they had no problem with it at all. And that goes to a lot of locations. A lot of times, if you're more low-key with just the on-camera flash, they will let you use the flash. But when it comes to having a wagon and all of this gear, that's when they are a little more strict on what you could do. And so reason number 2 is why you should have a Speedlite. It allows you to travel in stealth mode and still use flash. Okay. Number 3, when you really talk about precision and really getting the most out of your flash, a lot of times we are in situations where you don't need as much light. Prime example, a lot of the times if you're doing night photography, some people only have a 80-400. And what they resort to using instead of the flash, they'll turn on the modeling lamp just to get the shot. And so with a Speedlite, it normally has about 80 watts of lighting output. And then depending on the precision of your trigger, if you can get to 1/256, then you can really get the least amount of light out of your Speedlite, which is great because a lot of times that's all you really need. So in situations at night, you don't need much power. Situations inside the house, you don't need much power. And so to be able to balance the ambient with flash inside a location, you really need a low power light source. And so for you, a Speedlite could get the job done. So reason number 4 is simply because of the lightweight of a Speedlite. A lot of times we may go to locations that are hard to travel to, and so you need a lower traveling weight. You can't have those C-stands, those big soft boxes. You have to travel light. So what better to have than a Speedlite? A Speedlite is probably one of the most lightweight lighting sources that you can have. And so in the case of myself traveling up a mountain in one instance, that was a very treacherous path to get to a waterfall. And I promise I did not want to have a Godox 8400 in my bag trying to make this trip. So just in certain circumstances like that, where some of the locations that we travel to, we need to be lightweight, or you just simply want to travel lightweight and still be able to get the job done, you have the Speedlite to get the job done for you. So reason number 4 is just simply it is lightweight. Reason number 5, and one, I won't say the best reason, I'll say a great reason. We love to have different types of looks when it comes to our photography. And the 5th reason is just character. Just character. Speedlights present a different type of lighting when it is not off camera, okay? If you use a Speedlite when it's on camera, the direct lighting gives a different type of creative look. And here recently, people have been taking photos that have been trending with a paparazzi type of look, or a direct flash type of look, similar to the Kodak film cameras that had the flash on there, where you have about 25 exposures that you could take. And that is just one example of the different type of lighting that you can get from a Speedlite. So character is big because it can help you differentiate your shots. So that is a great thing. Now, an added bonus, in some cases, a lot of Speedlights have modeling lamps. And so in that instance, it can act as a focus assisting light in situations where you don't have much light to work with. And that is a great thing. Another way that I have used it was through a optical Snoot. I used that modeling lamp and it actually let me see the go-between optic that I had in the optical Snoot, and I could line it up with my model and see where that pattern was falling in order to get my shot. So those are just some other things that come with the Speedlite. So these are the 5 reasons I feel like everybody should have a Speedlite. Now you can get them at the lower end, which is about $70. If you go newer, I think they even have one about $25. My first one was a Yongnuo 560. And this Godox V1 that I have was a little over $200. So no matter if you go on the lower end or you go straight out the gate to the higher end, I feel like a Speedlite will benefit you in any case and will help you get the job done in most situations that I just said. So let me know your thoughts. Do you own a Speedlite? If you do, which one do you own? Has it benefited you? And let us know in the comments below. T to the M to the IDD. I will talk to you all and catch you in the next one. What is going on, guys? You just tuned in to T to the M to the IDD. And if you enjoy this content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you really enjoy the content, check out some more of the videos that you see right here. Oh yeah, and hit that like button for me.